What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Back once again, except Thursday night. It says on the flyer, but it ain't Thursday, it's Tuesday. We got to come at you this week with a special Tuesday edition because Thursday's Turkey Day. And everybody's going to want to do the family thing, and everybody's going to be so full on pie and all the good food that they're not going to want to sit there and watch a podcast. So, at that rate, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this show on the road. We've got a guest coming up. As always, catch us on the XWW network, Extreme World Wrestling. If you don't know it, go look it up and find out. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Our guest at this time, the manager of champions, Mr. Eric Nelson. How you doing, sir?
Oh, out on the road. Been doing a bunch of tomfoolery from King Enterprises and World Elite lately.
Oh, really? What's been going on with that?
Well, he had one of his cronies sabotage the venue because Royce's mom and dad didn't sign his permission slip to wrestle, apparently. So he couldn't come get his butt spanked by Johnny Romano like he should have gotten last time at MomoCon.
Wait a minute. So you're blaming it on King Enterprises that the venue got sabotaged?
That's right. It was a random phone call.
Okay.
And I have it under good authority that Bruno Royce's mommy and daddy didn't sign his permission slip. I mean, after all, he's not even old enough to shave yet, much less wrestle.
Oof. You calling out the chief ambassador hard tonight, are you?
Well, he smells his nuts a little bit, so I'm showing him what it means to be a man. So, with that being said, once the show is on the road, I promise you, no one's going to interfere this time between him and the pop star Johnny Romano when Romano takes that cigar and shows it where the sun don't shine.
Well, I'll be interested to talk to Mr. Romano and Mr. Royce again as we get closer to that rematch.
Mr. Emerson, you should.
But I wouldn't be so sure because I've been seeing the work that Brino's been doing in the ring lately. I know Romano's kept going. I know he's been still doing some things, but just keep in mind, I've been watching Brino do some work with some pretty hellacious talent as of late.
Well, like I said, maybe his folks should take away his training wheels and actually let him face up. Just saying.
You calling him out tonight? But anyway, man. So the venue got screwed up in Macon.
Oh yeah, and to boot, to ensure they would completely interfere in my plans, they sabotaged my home. I know it was them. I could smell their stench a mile away.
Like I say, the venue is crazy enough. That's wild enough.
Oh yeah, and my house is sabotaged. Now I'm heading to my luxury flat in Buckhead because that's where I'm having to sleep because I can't sleep in my regular bed, in my comfortable, rustic abode. So now I've got to go to my luxury flat in Buckhead and spend the night. Yes, so painful. But it's just I hate dealing with Atlanta traffic.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Atlanta, but you got to go where you got to go.
Yeah. With that being said, so you want to talk about the show that is to come? Because trust me, I'm not going to let these things get in my way. The show is going to go on, just not in February. But those dates will be announced at a future time, and we will be setting out the road to MomoCon 2023.
Right. Because that's guaranteed. That's
yes,
on.
That's
already on the list.
It's happening. Lock, stock, and barrel.
Right. So let's go ahead and look at some of these combatants here because there's a lot of names and faces on these flyers I'm not familiar with. In the Mike Money Classic, you have Dion Summers.
Well, you should be familiar with Dion Summers. He made a very impressive showing at MomoCon 2023. Also, he was given the 2022 Wild Show of Joey Kimmon Award at the end with the Hall of Fame ceremony. Promising young athlete. I see, summertime, doing lots of big things with his career. That man right there, with a select few others, is the future of professional wrestling. I'm here to tell y'all.
Okay.
Eddie
Eddie
Honcho.
Honcho.
I'll bite on this one. So Eddie Honcho's father, Pitbull, and I go back a long, long, long ways. I've known Eddie since he was growing up. You know, it's only appropriate that Eddie Honcho enter the Mike Money Classic since Mike Money knew Eddie and basically watched him grow up, watched him join the business, watched him progress as a young athlete. Eddie's come a long way, but he's still got a long ways to go.
Gotcha.
But I do believe in Eddie Honcho. I think he can get it done.
All right. Now, this is the Bloodbath 3 match.
Bloodbath 3, yes. Well, it's not exactly a match. That poster was an example of the people that are going to be there. And of course, the numbers have increased since. Let's see. We're looking at Dangerous Danny Horn. So Dangerous Danny Horn supposed to have a loser league stranglehold match with one of his old nemesis, DL Norris.
Okay.
I'm interested to see how that's going on. And the Hardcore Hillbilly, which unfortunately missed his MomoCon debut, wants to challenge the reigning Stranglehold Warzone champion in a no-rope barbed wire match.
Barbed wire.
Barbed wire, no-rope barbed wire. I'm interested to see how that turns out. Chet Ripley has caught the attention of Strychnine, as you remember from the House of Horrors match with D-Money.
Right.
I'll get D-Money in just a second because that poor guy's a glutton for punishment. So Chet Ripley, with his claim of being unbreakable, has unleashed the lethal dose Strychnine, who yet again wants to challenge the Unbreakable One to yet another House of Horrors match at Bloodbath 3.
Okay.
And we'll go into this with D-Money. As you see, there's Madman Pondo there, who is no stranger to Juggalo Championship Wrestling and, you know, one of the godfathers of hardcore wrestling himself. One of Madman Pondo's signature matches is a Cage of Death. Now, the interesting thing about D-Money is he was young and up and coming when he first witnessed the Cage of Death that took place between Madman Pondo and Tank back in 2015 at Bloodbath 1.
Okay.
Now he wants to step up his bucket list and basically be the next one in the Cage of Death. He feels like he has a better than average chance of walking away from this. I love that kid. I'd love to adopt him. I really would. But I also know Pondo. I fear for D-Money's safety on this one, but my hat's off to him. You know, I think if anybody can, as he showed with Strychnine at MomoCon, he's going to go in there and at least do his job.
Right. Aiden Blackheart. Did I lose you? I might have lost you. It seems like I lost you.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hey, there you are.
All right, give me a second.
Okay.
Got a little turned around here, it appears. Oh, goodness. Looking for the back way to Atlanta here to avoid all this holiday traffic.
Oh, I'm sure 85 is a nightmare.
Oh, it is. And like
When
I
is
said,
it not?
heading into Buckhead, but I'm going the back way to get there.
Gotcha.
So, with that being said, Aiden Blackheart is challenging a newcomer, Rico Wildley,
Okay.
who made his impressive debut at JCW's Bloody Mania at the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Right.
Rika, I love the guy, I really do. He's, you know, I vouched for him personally to Madman Pondo and said, hey, this guy's a good fit for what you got going on out there. The Barker of the Bazaar himself. The thing is, Aiden Blackheart's been doing this for quite a long time, and he wants to challenge.
We lost you again.
Sorry.
Okay.
These back roads are a little treacherous.
Right.
So he wants to challenge Aiden Blackheart to a Falls Count Anywhere match with no disqualifications. And no doubt at one of my top bloody shows. I mean, the name speaks for itself, Bloodbath.
Right.
And I hope he has enough tricks up his little sleeve to handle what Aiden Blackheart's going to do to him.
Okay.
But only time will tell.
And Remington Roar.
Well, Remington Roar, of course, as I mentioned, he's facing the Hardcore Hillbilly in a no-rope barbed wire match, putting his title on the line.
Oh, okay.
And I can tell you, I will see lots of blood there.
Wow.
I see lots.
Oh, you muted yourself.
Timeout.
There you go.
Give me 1 minute here. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can.
All right, give me a second. These back roads here are a pain.
Gotcha. Well, I'll go through the matches you already mentioned, because there it is, House of Horrors match, Strychnine and Chet Ripley, going up against each other.
Because Strychnine feels like, the only reason Chet Ripley is unbreakable because they haven't met yet.
Ah, okay.
I've known Strychnine a very long time, well over 15 years or more. I know his reputation. He's not exactly a pushover. Chet Ripley is still kind of a newer talent, if you will, at least new to me.
Right.
I was introduced to Mr. Ripley at MomoCon by Aiden Blackheart, and of course the new Warzone champion Remington Roar. Let's see.
Right. Now, also going on at the current time, there's 3 different podcasts running at the same time. You've got mine, you've got Peaches and Power Bombs doing one. I was a part of the beginning of that show, and then you've got Scott Larson's on with #Truth Tonight. I believe he's got a guy from Wisconsin, so it's like everybody's got stuff going on tonight because of the holidays.
Yeah, let me give a quick shout to Peaches and Power Bombs. I really, really, really like those two ladies. They have a great mind for what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. I like to think of them as subject matter experts. So I'm definitely a fan of Peach and Power Bombs as well. And
They're
Scott,
good people.
I'm supposed to be talking to him real soon, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, I was on last night with Scott for over 4 hours. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he definitely seems to have a gift. So let's continue. You want to talk more about some of these superstars?
Yep. Let's see here. Oh, there's
there it is.
Rika Wadley and Aiden Blackheart.
So Rika wants to prove himself. He said he was worthy enough to go JCW's Bloody Mania. He was, but Aiden Blackheart isn't so sure he's worthy enough to continue. So, guess we'll see. You've got you've got young versus old. Rookie versus veteran in this match, and no doubt something that's going to be lots of blood.
Gotcha. And then see, there's the Cage of Death.
Oh, God, poor D Money.
Hondo and D Money.
Well, you and I both know him. I've known him since he was practically a kid. I've practically adopted him over the years, but and when he basically says, I want to challenge him to that Cage of Death, I said, son, are you sure it's what you want to do? I said, I love you, and I don't want people to think that I hate you.
Well, I mean, the other thing of it is, I'm already a fan of D Money because he's got the purple bag logo as his his gear.
Well,
I'm a Crown Royal guy.
He takes that's funny that you mentioned that, Ron. Maybe that's why we get along so well. He kind of takes after his pappy a little bit. I've been drinking Crown Royal since I was 9 years old. So there you go.
I just bought a bottle of Crown Royal Black. It's sitting in the freezer.
Well, next time we see each other, we might break that open. I've got I'll have to pour you a Mike Money next time you're here. Are you familiar with what that drink is?
No, I'm not.
Now, Mike Money, God rest his soul. He was my father figure in professional wrestling. That's why I like to kind of call him D Money's grandpappy, because I'm kind of D Money's adopted pappy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep, definitely proud of the young man. But Mike Money always had a habit of drinking Crown Royal as a nightcap and drinking orange juice to get going in the morning. And of course, he was a native Floridian, So it made sense. So towards the end, Mike Money developed a taste for the Crown Apple right out of the bottle. So I decided to combine the two things and create Mike Money. So I usually have one a day and maybe two or more, depending on how stressed I am.
So Crown Royal Apple and orange juice.
Yep, with an orange wedge. Don't forget that. It kind of adds a little garnish.
Man. That's something different. Mainly when I mix Crown Royal, it's with Mountain Dew, but that's about it.
Well, that's not a bad one. But yeah,
Let's
next
see.
time you're here, I'll first round of Mike Money's is on me.
Right on. Let's see here. We've got
Oh my
PG
goodness, yes.
Wildman
These two
versus Setu Jin.
crazy men. Well, it's not versus. They're in the Dirty Don Invitational. Let me explain what Dirty Don Invitational was. You had the pleasure of meeting him at MomoCon before his untimely passing a month later.
Yes.
Dirty Don, his biggest, I guess, tenet of wrestling, if you will, was tag team wrestling. He felt like it was a lost art. Even Dirty Don's career was made famous by his tenure with Reign of Terror, which involved himself, and the former Stranglehold World Champion, Extreme Phenom. Sadly, Dirty Don has gone. Extreme Phenom has retired and taken an office position. And I still owe Drago a worthy opponent for that travesty. Now, you've seen the PG Wildman, Setu Jin. Setu Jin caught my eye because he reminds me of the next Abdul the Butcher. And,
Okay.
Abdul the Butcher was a wrestler that struck fear into the hearts of many.
Definitely.
And I feel with this two tag team, they got a better than average chance of pursuing the Stranglehold Championship Wrestling World Tag titles from the reigning champions, Legion. And that's what I intend. Once we get the show going, Ron, mark my words, the odds-on favorite to win the Dirty Don Invitational face Legion for the titles are those two gentlemen, the Isle of Destruction, as I like to call them. Because they are both two wild men, they're powerhouses, and they will pretty much throw it all out the window to go after what they want. So I'm looking forward to having those guys aboard again.
Definitely.
Oh,
and there's Legion.
Right, there's Legion. I want to go back to Setu Jin one more, and I'm going to get to Legion real quick. Setu Jin is also going to be in Bloodbath 3 against Brad Cash in a Taipei death match. So that right there, Setu will prove ×2 that he's worthy of being a member of this roster. Now, of course, let's talk about my tag team here. Let's roll that next slide. Yes, my esteemed colleagues, Goth, who is my right hand, runs my locker room, and I want to touch on this. Goth was chosen by Road Warrior Animal to carry on his legacy. And Animal, not long before he passed, asked me, besides Goth, who do you have in mind? And I said, there's this guy I've been following in New York. He's not exactly big, but he's shredded. And, my conversation with Animal was like, you want them to carry on your legacy, but you want them to do it their way and not be a carbon copy. And he agreed. So we now have Goth and Rage as Legion. And I promised Animal that I would carry on his legacy no matter what. And here we are. So those two men have big shoes to fill. Sorry, Animal and I were very close. For a lot of you that don't know that. Definitely, one of my favorite people, not just wrestlers, but one of my favorite people, that I've known throughout life, not just my time in the business.
Right.
And of course, I miss him terribly. But these guys have a tall order to fill there, and honestly, I can't think of two more worthy people to do so.
Very cool. Now I remember Goth and Rage from MomoCon, and I mean Goth was a madman on the stick. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Goth has a presence about him, which is why we work together so well. Which is why I had him run my locker room.
He seemed like he commanded respect when he was in the back.
I'm a big thing, and I'm gonna shoot on Indie Wrestling for a second, real quick, because me, I like to throw these things in there. I've never been a fan of promoter, booker, or wrestler being the same person. But the fact is, Goff is well-rounded, and he didn't just get those tag team straps by virtue. He got them because he went in there and earned them, along with his partner Rage. You know, they became world tag team champions because, I mean, honestly, who's going to step to them?
Yeah.
Now I hear there's another team brewing that the Flyers were not released yet. You know, due to the things I've had to deal with, thanks to King and his cronies, and of course the rest of World Elite. But there's a team out there called Decimation that has come to my attention, and I'm not going to talk too much about them because I want them to be a surprise when that date does come. But I can tell you, being on the phone with both of them, they're chomping at the bit to make a name for themselves as well, and they feel they're worthy successor, and they want to end Legion's reign before it starts. Now, Legion's got their work cut out for them, but I told those guys, like, well, y'all might want to pack a lunch and a midnight snack too, because my money's still on them. You guys are big, impressive, and powerful. However, you know, those guys are a team and they're tag champions for a reason, not because they were given, because it was earned. And I think it's gonna be a long while before we see those straps come off of them. And that's just me being honest. That's not just from a booking standpoint. That is just me being honest. You know, I offer any tag team. Oh yeah, you're familiar with Ryan Mantis and his partner, right?
Lazarus Black, the Black Society. Yeah,
That's
I
correct.
interviewed
You
them
know,
early on in their career.
it's funny. You know, they came into this. They're going to be part of the Dirty Domination once we're back in order again. And rest assured, we will be. They too have said that those straps belong on their shoulders, and that they're going to dethrone Legion. So you know, you got a lot of tag teams out there in Stranglehold and World Elite equally, you know, chomping at the bit to dethrone the reigning champions. I say, you boys seriously need to pack a lunch, because, again, I don't see it coming, not for a long time.
Uh, it also depends on what direction you know, the matches go. You know,
Well, like I said,
Lazarus Lazarus and Ryan are insane when it comes to they're. Let me just put it to you, I guess, with the rest of the stuff you've advertised on the show, they're home. Okay, they're home. I
I
promise.
mean, and that's great.
They're home.
I admire their tenacity. I admire their hungriness. I mean, I like it. I like young, hungry talent. I like fresh, hungry talent. I like people that are ready to come in here, walk in this door, and show me exactly how great they are. You know, I like people that can show me better than they can tell me, and that's why we have such a great lineup of stars coming in.
Right. Well, before I get to the next flyer, Douglas J. Campbell chimed in and said, "Hey, Eric." Said, "Eric is good people and a great wrestling promoter."
Oh, I love this guy. Let me tell you a story about Doug Campbell here. Doug Campbell and I were both very mutual friends of the late Mike Money. As a matter of fact, Doug Campbell served on the same base as Mike Money when they were both active duty. For those of you who don't know, Stranglehold Championship Wrestling is a veteran-founded company. Mike Money was, in fact, one of the founders. He was Air Force, myself, and another sailor, and two Army. Yeah, Doug, I miss you, man. I hope when I can get past these incidents here that I'll see you ringside at the show. Because trust me, you're not going to be disappointed.
All right. And that's cool, you know. And once again, thank y'all for your service. That's great. Veteran owned and operated companies are where it's at, man. Because if it wasn't
Oh, yes, sir.
for the veterans, we wouldn't have the freedoms that we have.
And I do believe
So,
your father was also a sailor.
yes, he was.
Yep, good stuff. We're in
Yes, he
good
was.
company. A crown lover
There
and a
you go.
Navy brat. You know, hey, you're definitely in good company here, bro.
Yes, sir. Let's take a look at this
So,
one. You got World Elite is throwing their name into the Dirty Don Invitational. You have Elemento and a mystery partner.
I have heard some rumors that is a guy who no longer works here. But see, that's the thing. They've tried to recruit a few people that were close to me at one point that didn't cut the mustard and didn't even make it to the dance. So, Elemento Amigo, not like you need help to try and prove yourself, but when you're going to see the light and realize that World Defeat's not the proper home for you. But I digress, amigo. If it's pain you choose, it's pain you will find. And you can bring anybody. Heck, you can even bring the immortal Hulk Hogan as your partner. And you will not get past what I have in store for you.
Huh? Speaking of the Black Society, there they
Yeah,
are.
there they are, those hungry young men. Between you and I knew Public Enemy very well. Before they're both their untimely passings. They
Right.
have that look. They remind me so much of a new and improved Public Enemy.
That's a hell of a compliment. Really is.
I'll tell you because specifically Johnny Grunge. I know him and the late Dirty Don had some heat last time we were all together, and that's because Dirty Don wouldn't lay down to him. Hence why Dirty Don was a tag team specialist in his prime as well, who
Right.
went toe to toe with Johnny Grunge, his partner. And we're not talking about his original partner, which I'm not the partner that he chose to come in and work for us. Because unfortunately, his partner had already is no longer with us. Unfortunately,
Taco rocks, right?
yes, I hated
Yeah.
I hated that it couldn't have been both of them. But the thing about grunge is grunge was a doer. He wasn't a thinker. He was a doer. And you know how it is. Sometimes people are so much alike they butt heads, and that was what I told Dirty about the two of them. It's like you guys just butt heads because you think too much alike.
Right.
But the Black Society, they remind me of a younger, fresher Public Enemy. And with that being said, they've carved out a legacy of their own so far. I've seen, which is why I didn't hesitate to sign them.
Right.
Not I received a lot more recommendations than nah, bro, don't do that from those guys. So I know I've made the right decision to sign them. They know that they know the situation that my livelihood has taken a torpedo hit at the moment. But don't worry, guys. You're going to get your chance, as I promised. And I cannot wait to see what you bring to the table. As a matter of fact, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I love it. I love hungry people.
Right.
No matter if they're for me or against me. I like people who have something to prove. That want to prove they belong here, that this is their house. I like it. Well, I do what I do.
Right. Now, another talent that you have signed to the show has recently been seen on Monday Night Raw, has been
Oh,
seen
yeah.
on WWE's main event, has been seen on AEW Dynamite, and that is Luka Daniels going up against Dynamic Dexter. Is this a rematch from MomoCon?
No, Dynamic Dexter is also a new guy I've been looking at. A guy that has
Okay.
4 fingers in each hand, has this flamboyant presence, that has a crowd pleasing presence. Now,
Okay.
typically, my wife, Brandon Scott Baker, is a heel. Luka Daniels saw mixed tag team action at MomoCon with the former Stranglehold Women's Champion, Brandon Scott Baker, against Blanco Loco and Dream Girl Ellie. And I got to tell you, I was impressed. I remember when Luca first came to me when he was doing an Italian character. And I said, man, you are so limited. Untie yourself from that. I said, reach higher, and keep reaching, and don't be satisfied. Yes, Luka Daniels might be a member of King Enterprises, but I respect his work ethic. I respect what he is doing for this business. And like I mentioned, for some of the others, he is one of the handful of people I can say that is on this roster that is the future of professional wrestling. And I can say that about Luka Daniels. Even though, like I said, he's with that that little geisha doll, Michael King, he's the future.
Right. Well, we're going to go ahead and talk about the title match because there is. I saw a video that I was like, wait a minute. So these guys have met before.
Oh yeah,
I didn't realize that Tank and Drago had met before, but you've got Tank versus the real Drago.
oh yeah.
And so apparently these two guys are on the roads battling it out,
Oh yeah.
and you're bringing it to Stranglehold.
That's correct. And like I said, when I need to take care of a treacherous army, I bring a tank.
You bring a tank. Well, I mean, looking at Drago, Drago looks like a tank.
Well, like I said, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. He may have retired the Extreme Phenom.
Well, he did retire the Extreme Phenom.
He may have done that, yes. And Drago's an impressive athlete, a treacherous one, but impressive.
Well,
But
catch up on a
one thing I will say about this tank is he's hungry and he's ready to take Drago down a peg. He's just biding his time, wearing Drago out for me until it's time to strike and take away what he feels is rightfully his, which is the Stranglehold World Heavyweight Championship.
Right. Now, Brino Royce has chimed in. He said, y'all saved that boy's life by getting involved. And keep everybody behind the curtain next time and watch what I do to him.
Oh, is that so?
That's what he said. And then he also chimed in to say, what Brago hits, he destroys. So what do you have to here's a better question, Mr. Nelson. What do you have to say directly to the real Drago who has just joined us here?
The illustrious Stranglehold Championship Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. Good evening, comrade. We were just talking about you.
Guys, I have one question right now.
You ask away, Drago.
Okay, would you like to talk with the real Drago or would you like to talk with Evgeny Adilov? So you decide right now.
Let's go with the real Drago for now.
I mean, absolutely.
For now, it's the real Drago.
Okay, Evgeny Adilov, he likes Eric Nelson a lot, but the real Drago thinks he is an asshole. Well, are you sure?
Yeah,
I'm positive. Come on with it, champ.
Have you, dude? You've seen my show. You know how it rolls here.
Come on with it, champ. I thought you're the Stranglehold Championship World Champion. Why are you so gun shy now?
No, I'm not.
Did Tank wear you out last time? Is that what this is? Did he tire you out, champ?
No. You can bring so many tanks as you want, Eric, but I have one tank right here, another tank right here. So I have two tanks only in my arms.
And that's not including the rest of them.
I can destroy him easily.
And that's fine. Destroy one tank, two tanks, three. I always have more.
Oh yeah, okay. You can bring them all at the same time.
Because trust me, there's more people lining up just in case the tank can't get the job done.
All right.
Because understand this, champ. I am the manager of champions for a reason because I'm always one step ahead.
Okay. Just a small reminder, okay? Back to MamaCon 2022, okay?
Yeah.
So you put me in the ring with the most dangerous guy, right? As Extreme Phenom, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I beat him twice. I beat him on Saturday and I beat him on Sunday.
That's right, you did.
So.
And I got to give it to you. You earned that title. You retired a giant after over 900 days of retaining that title because no one could take it away from you. You did something nobody could do, and I got to give it to you.
Because we are world elite. The most dangerous group of people right now. We have
right now. Yes, right now.
We have an Indian guy, we have an Arabic guy, we have a Mexican guy, we have a Asian,
Oh yes, we were just talking about Elemento.
and we have the most dangerous guy today in the wrestling industry, and it's me.
Well, always remember this, comrade. You may rise, but you will also fall. So enjoy that title reign while it lasts.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, even if the tank cannot get the job done, there are plenty more I have to feed your way.
Oh,
Just like my brother Phenom, I fed many a challenger his way to see who could take down the longest reigning champion in history, and it was you. But just remember, where you rise, you also fall, as he did.
Mm-hmm.
There was some comments to catch up on. Brino Royce said, "Good evening, champ."
What's up, Bruno?
And then Brino Royce, this was to Eric Nelson. He said, "He ain't got nothing to prove. He's already got the strap, idiot."
Well, kid, let me tell you something let me take an old man's advice. And then you can go back to playing PlayStation in your mommy's basement, okay? All right? Because you ain't got your little geisha doll there to guide you tonight. All right? So before I have to come over there and change your huggy, right, and feed you your little bagel pizza bites, you know what? I'll sign your permission slip for the next show. I'll go talk to your family for you and say, you know what? He has my permission to come get his ass whooped. Because you might be a hungry young talent, but Johnny Romano's my guy when it comes to Brino Royce. You're just another obstacle.
I look forward to the rematch and the handshake afterwards. If Romano's hands are still able to, grip and move and shake
if
hands.
Brino's even standing up to shake hands.
Well,
I mean,
Michael King chimed in. He said, "Do not anger Drago. We won't be held responsible for what happens if you anger him."
Oh yeah.
Well, I won't be held responsible for what my guys are going to do to y'all.
I like me.
You see, I'm sitting on the porch of my illustrious flat after your dastardly interference with the venue and with my home. Now, see, I could come over there and wreck your little hut, burn down your little luxury mansion too. I can do that too, but I won't because it's Thanksgiving and I'm a generous man.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry. February might be on hold for now.
That's okay. I can wait.
But I have something lined up for all of your people, all these new people you're bringing in too. Your little island dog, Fiji Wildman, and his partner. Yeah, they're not going to get past Legion. Come on now. Even if they do win the Dirty Dawn Invitational, even if your guy Fiji has a chance, he won't last. Even if your Satu Jin is left standing after what Brad Cash is going to do to him in a Taipei death match. See, for every weapon you got 10 more pointed back at you. I'm just waiting on the right minute.
I think you took.
You know, Mr. Worldwide said one thing, said I was a snake. You're right. I'm going to let you take a few bites at me. I might let you step on me one or two times. But eventually, when I bite, it will be deadly. So trust me, even if this tank guy can't get the job done, I'm always scouting. There's always someone in line. You think you're going to last more than 981 days, champ?
So, see, you not trust him right now, right?
I trust him to get the job done that I need him to get done.
I think you know I will destroy him. That's why you're talking like this.
Well, like I said, you look a little tired, champ.
I'm tired?
Looks like that young man wore you out.
No, I'm not.
Looks like you've been
training every day.
Looks like you need to go home and add a little extra sour cream to your borscht, comrade, because and stop drinking so much vodka.
I'm not drinking vodka.
Because that man there.
It's what is different between what you think and what is the real life. You know, like I'm not drinking vodka. I eat meat, training in the gym, training in my school, wrestling school, because I still keep training because I want to be better. I want to be stronger.
Absolutely. Now that I will say, I have to admire your tenacity, champ. Even though I was furious that you retired the Extreme Phenom.
Everybody.
I still admired your tenacity.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
I like champions. That's why I'm manager of champions, right? Even though you're betting on the wrong horse, you got your little geisha doll over there, Mr. Worldwide hiding in his little dress-up closet somewhere because he hasn't been here to say nothing to me. And I'm enjoying my time, my luxury flat. Hey, thanks. I needed some home renovations. I appreciate it. And that venue, it was too small for my show anyway. So y'all did me a favor. Now I can go out and go get more people.
Come on. Bring them all.
Oh, I will. And trust me, I've been on the phone with several who just want, who think and feel like they have what it takes to end your reign before it starts, comrade. 981 days, I don't think you'll see it.
Wait, Eric, I just cannot wait. I'm ready.
Well, he's already closing in on a year at this point. He's almost at the 1 year mark. Come MomoCon.
And last I checked, Mr. Emerson, my math is always correct because again, I'm one step ahead, right?
Okay.
A year is only 365 days.
Yeah.
And we're not at 365 days yet.
And it will be again 365 days. And again and again. You can bring them all.
Oh, I like it.
I like meat.
I love a challenge.
I like fresh meat, especially.
You like fresh meat? Good. Because so do I.
Why? Because I'm hungry.
And that's that's the part of me that admires you, is that you are hungry.
I'm hungry. Always.
But just be careful, don't slip. I hear that I also hear, wait a minute, hold on. What's that? Hold on. I have it under good authority that Apex is coming looking for you before you even get here. He said, hey, you know that boot I was going to put in someone's ass? I'm like, yeah, Apex, what's up? He says, I'm going to see Drago in January. He says he might not make it to MomoCon to defend that strap. What's up? What's up, champ?
Who is the Apex?
You gonna let my heavy metal hitman take care of you before you even get to face the tank?
Hold on. Who is the Apex?
My heavy metal hitman.
I don't care. I don't care about these names. Just bring him. Bring him. That's it.
He's gonna put that Doc Martin combat boot.
And hold on. And call 911 on the speed dial because I'm sure you're gonna need them.
Oh yeah, is that right?
All of them. For the tank, for the Apex, and whatever you bring. I don't care. I don't care.
I don't know, man. He's shining those boots up just for your rear end, my friend. He's even telling me that you're too punk to come to Minnesota and bring that.
Oh my
He's
God.
telling you to come to Minnesota. Now I know you're familiar with Minnesota. I know you're familiar to the cold in Minnesota. And he says it's going to be a long winter for you, comrade.
You need to thinking about Georgia.
I'm talking about Georgia.
World Elite. You need thinking about.
I've got World Elite covered. Those guys that you've inserted in the Dirty Dawn Invitational, you, King, Worldwide, they're not going to get past Legion. Heck, they got to get past all those other guys first. The Devil's Own. Wait a minute, Black Society? You know what? I don't even think they'll get past Black Society.
I don't know what you're talking about, Eric. I think it's too much.
What I can say is read the posters.
Okay, I will.
And I also have under good authority you're trying to recruit a woman to take the Captain Vicky Dreamboat's World Women's Championship away from her. You guys want to step further on Halloween and try to bribe my wife to turn on me? She dressed like that chump Elemento.
Yeah, I seen it.
And then your little geisha doll buddy's check bounced, so she realized, what kind of meat was hanging in the closet for.
Now, catch up on some. catch up on some comments here. Brino Royce said, "You're writing a check that your guy's ass can't cash. Keep talking. We'll get that invoice sent over
I got lots of
immediately."
checks. You need to worry about Romano, Brino. And you need to make sure your mommy and daddy are going to sign your permission slip, okay? So go back to your little Xbox and let the grown folks talk.
Michael King said, "Here we are trying to be peaceful, but you want to be aggressive."
Peaceful. Peaceful. So you get your little boy to call and fuck my venue. You have your people come here and sabotage my house. So all I had to do was go to the luxury flat and just chill.
Brino then said, "This is in regards to you threatening to burn down the World Elite residence. Burn it. Brino got insurance.
I burned it down during COVID, and I'll do it again. Don't worry, I'll find you a little hideaway this time, your little weenie hut, and I'll make sure it gets reduced to ashes too."
Eric.
Yes, sir. I'm listening. What you got?
Look. Look. World Elite have the main championship. We have international championship.
For now.
We have another championship. Right now, we can focus on a tag team championship. You should be ready.
Hey, you go ahead and focus on the tag team championship. I tell you what, when Legion's done stomping your guys' asses, okay, which they will, my guy Thomas Extreme is going to give Vanish a bath and a haircut and kick his ass and take the international championship back to North Carolina. Okay. Right? You know Thomas Extreme, don't you, Ron?
Yes, I know Thomas Extreme very well.
Yep, and he's already told me he's going to kick Venetia's ass after he gives him a haircut and a bath, and then takes the international championship back to North Carolina, where it belongs.
I'll have to hit up Mr. Extreme and get some information on that one.
And here's another one. In case you forgot your little Iraqi friend that put tape all over the All-American Championship, he can call it All Iraqi all he wants.
Very nice. I like.
Very nice. Okay, yeah, colorful, artistic. But the King of Battle is still yet undefeated against Ali Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
And, the King of Battle is going to bring the All-American Championship back to the Stranglehold Army where it goes.
I don't think so.
Because Ali to date has not beaten the King of Battle.
Do you know what different, Eric? Do you know what different between
Oh yes, we're very different.
World Elite. Okay, so we are a team. If someone fight from us, we always around him. That's why we are never lose, Eric.
That's all right.
Like I said, Michael is the best manager ever. It's serious.
Mr. Fuji Jr., yeah, he's all right.
It's not like you sleep and see some dreams, Eric. It's real life. And real life is very different, Eric. We are the champions. We are the best team ever today in the wrestling industry. You should know this. You should take it seriously.
I do. And like I said, it's only a matter of time before I figure out who Worldwide is. And give him the beating his mom and dad should have gave him a long time ago.
Well, I'm not privy to certain information on the businesses of World Elite. Now, young Luke Fury has chimed in. That is the youngest member of King Enterprises right there. Signed his contract earlier this year.
Another one who needs a permission slip.
Ghazi
Michael
has chimed in to say hello.
Michael King, can you stop going to middle schools and recruiting these kids to come get their butts whipped by grown men? I mean, seriously.
Luke Fury is a second generation professional wrestler. You probably know his father, Nick Fury.
Interesting. That sounds like a Marvel character, but
it does.
That sounds cool.
You probably know Nick Fury. That's his father. So he's a second generation professional wrestler. Ghazi chimed in to say, "My money is always on Drago." Brino Roy said little brother when Luke joined the room.
This guy is smart.
Yeah, Ghazi, dude, Ghazi is batshit crazy as well. The dude is out there. Ghazi is insane. Trust me, what this dude's asking somebody. He was asking for shit. Was it Mil Mortez? Is that right? Mil
Yeah.
Mortez? I think
Yes.
that's right. He's had matches with him, and he's like, I want it again. I want it again. Like he wants to go against guys that are going to punish. So
Interesting. Sounds like my kind of guy.
the guy loves a good beating. Michael King said, "You're American. You can't do math." Ghazi said, the only managers of champions I acknowledge is Alfonso.
Okay. Well, tell you what, kid.
Keith.
Since you like a challenge and you like to run your little mouth too, since you want to get yourself involved in grown people's affairs, why don't we make you a flyer when that day comes? And since you like punishment so much, I'll set you up real nice. Yeah, we'll do that.
Ghazi, apparently, the gauntlet's been thrown your direction. Let's see here.
So get with me, kid.
Brino said Brino ain't had his ass spanked since 1997 when the doctors determined I was the motherfucking man. Good luck with that.
Well, trust me, it's coming. And I hope you like your cigar where the sun don't shine either.
Oh, I've got humidor's already prepped. We're good to go. I'm steadily stocking up my humidor for my trip, so I am set.
Good.
I have a traveling humidor, so we always smoke at wrestling shows. That is how business gets done.
Hey, I'm with it.
Majestic Marie said, "Saint left me for Eric Nelson. I see how it is." That's one of the hosts of Peaches and Power Bombs.
How are you, ma'am?
I told you I had to go, but we got a little long-winded. It's fun. It was fine. It was a great show. I'll have to go back and catch the rest of it later.
Yeah. All my love, Peaches and Power Bombs. Good people.
Yes, they are. Ghazi said, "How rude of me to forget to say good evening to Mr. Royce, King, and Fury." Michael King then said, "Spoiler alert, 2 of your people I've already bought and paid for."
Yeah.
Oh, like you attempted to buy my wife and your check bounced. Like I said, we don't accept Vietnamese currency here, my friend. Sorry.
The World Elite mainly runs on Bitcoin now. I don't know where you're at.
Well, he tried to use outdated Vietnamese currency to buy my wife's loyalty.
Okay.
Eric, why you walk all the time? You cannot sit somewhere? Or you're just like afraid or what? You nervous?
I'm enjoying my evening. I'm not nervous about anything. I'm enjoying your banter. I'm enjoying the little boys club called King Enterprises having something to say. And then some other guy who I've never heard of before saying that he wants a shot too. Not a problem. I see. It's a time of giving. It's Thanksgiving. So, that being said, I'll be adding more. I'll be giving more. I'm a very giving guy. I like giving opportunities. And like I said, champ, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it.
Eric, you need to realize, Eric, I'm ready to fight. I don't care how big this guy will be, how cool he will be, how many years experience. You also can bring Hulk Hogan. I don't care. I'll destroy them all because I can.
Tall order. He destroys Hulk Hogan. I would honestly join World Elite for a day just to watch you destroy that punk. I can't stand Hulk Hogan personally.
Well, Michael King also said, "You figure it out as to who he's already bought and paid for." Brino Royce said, "For the record, no one even knows who the fuck Team Stranglehold is. It might not even be a real team. World Elite is the only one with a little bit of presence out here."
Is that so? Well, again, Brino, you should be worried about what's going to happen to you. And like I said, I need that permission slip back by Christmas, okay?
Eric, see, like, okay, we have this podcast right now.
Right now, that's right.
You see all guys from World Elite right here. Where is your Stranglehold army? I didn't see them. You know why? Because they're afraid.
I'm not afraid of you. Like I said, they're just watching
You're
and
talking.
waiting on the right moment.
That's it. I mean, like, where is your guys? I didn't see them.
I didn't need all of them to talk
They
to you.
disappear or
I didn't need all of them to talk to you or the rest of the little boys club over there.
it's what I said. It's what is different between your Stranglehold army and.
I mean,
World
like I said, all I've seen is you, a bunch of middle schoolers, and a geisha doll. I am definitely not afraid of that.
Luke Fury said might want to chill out because I may just show up.
Come on. I got something for you
Gazi
too,
said
Luke Fury.
accepted. Gazi said accepted. So
Good.
there you go. Brina Roy said, just don't let it happen again. Let's stop being rude, gentlemen. Let's turn our attention back to the champion.
Yeah, let's do that. And go back to the basement where you belong with your little geisha doll.
Gazi chimed in to say, for the record, I'm not associated with King Enterprises or Drago. Simply an entity who recognizes real.
Hey, that's all good. We'll see you soon. What, Gazi? What is that?
Gazi.
Anyway? What is that anyway?
That's Gazi. Gazi is Gazi. Gazi's the radio devil, man.
I mean, what is that? A Muppet? That's what that sounds like. Or is that Gonzo? I get them confused.
That was Gonzo.
Okay, Gazi, Gonzo, same thing.
All right.
Well, Mr. Nelson, we started off with you. We've now had about the same amount of time with you and Drago. Is there anything further you would like to add to this?
Sweet dreams, champ. You, your geisha doll, and your little middle school clique over there, we'll see you soon.
See you soon, Eric. See you.
And you enjoy that trip to Minnesota. Let me know how that works out for you, by the way. I'll be watching.
I just destroy people, you know. It's what I do usually.
Good.
I destroyed people in Minnesota. I destroyed people in Wisconsin. I destroyed people in Georgia, Atlanta, MamaCon 2022. I destroyed people in Florida. I mean, I need more.
Well, like I said, we got MomoCon 2023. We'll see if you're still standing by then, champ. Till then, listen, my hot toddy is waiting on me, gentlemen. Mr. Emerson, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for allowing me this privilege of being on your podcast. Even though we constantly get interrupted by some middle schoolers here, along with my champion and his geisha doll.
Right.
So
I appreciate you stopping by and
you tell, champ, tell your middle school friends over there enjoy their little fall break before they have to go back to learning algebra, okay? And tell the geisha doll to make sure the check is good next time. And we'll be seeing you later.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Nelson, thank you. Man.
Bye.
Yep. All right, Drago. Man, look, one last thing. This was just brought up. You got to hear this. Geishas are Japanese culture, not Vietnam. You can't even get your insults right.
Yep.
I thought the Navy traveled the world. So he should know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so, man, how's it been going?
You know, I'm just busy all the time. I mean, like, I have so many shows, you know, and working for in other states, you know, and right now keep training too, you know, because some big things coming in the front. I cannot say right now what's coming, but some big things, big opportunity for me in 2023. That's why, you know, I should be ready for everything. And I'm very excited to be in a Stranglehold Championship Wrestling, you know. Cannot wait when I meet everybody.
Right. Man, I met you at MomoCon. I was there that Saturday when you won. Yeah, I was there then. And I was like, this guy's a freak of fucking nature. Look at this beast. So I was talking with Scott Larson. You were on his show the other night. Yeah. I was talking to him last night, and I was like, "Can y'all imagine seeing Drago versus like Braun Breaker? That's good. That would be some shit right there
Yeah,
because
it's
you're
interesting.
similar."
Yeah, he's a big guy. Yeah, definitely it will be cool match. I mean, I wish, just bring him.
Yep. So, how long have you been wrestling?
I started in 2018 and like at Ken Anderson School. So it was in Minnesota because I was living there, and later I decided to move to Florida. You know, and when I came to Florida a couple months later, it was start for pandemic time, like COVID-19. And everything was closed, like school, shows, everything. And little later, like one and a half year later, so I found another school, FTW in Largo.
Right.
It's Brian Idols and Natalia Markova school. They right now in NWA, big superstars there. So, and I start training. I continue my training with them, and I start doing matches too. So my first match was in Minnesota, an MAW show. So like I'm active wrestler probably like 1.5 year, but I started in 2018 my training. So
Gotcha. Well, I mean, you can count the COVID as gym time and not necessarily in ring competition, but training and drills. At least when you go to like Lodi, you know who Lodi is.
yeah.
So with Lodi
Hmm.
in his school, they go, "Oh no, we do this is practice because it's a match. You're running a match in the training." You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, we do.
so
Yep.
so yeah, it's
We do drills, we do matches there too. So I mean, like, yeah, like it's kind of like I have matches every week, twice, like twice a week, all the time. So
right. And I saw, like I say, I saw the footage from UCW where it was you and the tank guy,
hmm
and I was like, dude, wait a minute, I saw you flatten him. I was like, Jesus.
it's called pancake. Yeah, I did pancake. It's called this move called pancake.
Oh,
Uh,
okay,
Yeah.
gotcha, dude. Like I said, it's been nothing short of impressive. Watching you since I met you last year. Um, the development, the rise, the change, the evolution of the
Oh,
real Drago.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Like like in 2022 when I was in Momocon, especially I was a little bit injured, so my knee was not good. That's why I cannot use my all skill there with extreme final. But right now, I'm 100% good. So, and I do a lot moves, a lot everything, like more than I did, like for example, in 2022 with Momocon. So when you will see me again in Stranglehold or MamaCon 2023, it will be big different than you've seen before.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, oh
I
yeah.
I didn't know you were injured. I had
Yeah,
no idea you were injured.
I had like special knee pad, like to protect my knee. Yeah, yeah,
Man, that's crazy. Because you didn't move like you were injured. You were fast as hell, and that was what impressed me the most. A guy of your size with that much speed.
yeah. I mean, like, but I could be faster.
Yeah, well, it's explosive, and
Yeah.
that's I think what takes a lot of people by surprise when they encounter you. They know
hmm
they're getting a powerhouse. They don't know that you've got that rush. You can close that gap. You can close that distance real quick. Um, a lot of people don't move like that.
Thank you so
Their
much.
size. So it's one of those things where as whether you're in the wrestling business or you're a fan of the wrestling business, there are certain times where no matter what, that whole thing comes and you step back and look and you're just like, holy shit. And that's, that was one of those moments for sure when I saw you work. There's a very, very, very select few number of individuals that are of your size that can move that way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
he's saying you got to go to Memphis soon. That's in January.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you're going back to MAW?
I mean, like, it's maybe will be January because they probably decide to change the dates. Probably maybe will be in February, and it will be me and Brian Idol, like Mercurio from NWA match with him. It's like will be a student versus teacher.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for this match because I think it will be awesome. And plus, it's a huge opportunity for me to wrestle with the guys this level,
Right.
And I'm very excited. Yeah, but they told me like the first day it maybe will be January 27, but now they decide to change to February. I believe it's February 19. I cannot say this, like it's kind of secret.
Oh, right. So they're still working on the finalizing the date of the
Yeah,
show.
and they want to bring some legend to like this legend will be with me in like my partner or like but I cannot say again will be, but it will be cool.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've been wrestling, collectively since 18, so we can call that almost 4 years, 5 years.
Mhm.
Who have been some of your best opponents, and who have been some of your highest names on as opponents?
Okay, the highest name I wrestle with a Hornswoggle. Oh yeah, I mean like the first time when they told me we will put you and it was tag team match, so we will put you with a Hornswoggle. I was like, what? Me and a Hornswoggle? Like, okay. I mean, like I can do it. Just I was like kind of like confused, like why my
Right.
size and his size. But when it's happened and I met this guy, he's so cool. Ken Anderson also teach him too, so he was his teacher, and it was one of my favorite matches. Like this guy was so funny. I was like, like we did like he bite my finger, he bite my ass, yeah, squeeze my nipples. It was funny match, and I mean like, but I was really enjoying this moment because before what I saw and what's happened, it's big different. Like it was really really cool. And another my favorite opponent, it was Extreme Phenom because big guy. I like big guys. It's not secret. I like work with the big guys, and it was 2 matches with him, so I was really enjoying. I was very respectful to him, and I won my first championship. Like that's why like this is like good for my memory. Uh, yeah, it's like 2 guys, like a Hornswoggle and a Extreme Phenom, I can say.
Oh man. Now, like I say, I caught the one. I caught the one Saturday because I was there that day for the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
I drove in that morning and drove out that evening, so
Mm-hmm.
it was a long day, but it was the experience was worth its weight in gold.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's unfortunate, you know, somebody tampered with the venue and somebody tampered with Eric's property, and now we hear, and so now it's looking like there's going to be a delay on the February show, but MomoCon's right there in May, and that's not moving.
Yeah, it's kind of like a WrestleMania for Stranglehold. It's like, I believe it's like 4 days event, like 5 or 6 shows. I
Seven.
mean,
It was
okay,
7 cards. Yeah, it
okay,
was 7 cards
right?
total.
Okay, he already said. Okay, so 7 shows. I'm so excited because I would like to be an everyday there. And I try to be there every day. And I mean, like, I'm so excited for this because so many guys, one of my favorite locker room because you can meet so many guys, you can talk, like it's like, and plus Eric Nelson, he's such a good guy, really good promoter. Bookers, really good guys too. I mean, like I was enjoying when I was in a MomoCon 2022. Like it was one of my favorite time. I
Right.
mean,
And the commentary team was pretty awesome as
yes,
well.
first time in my life it wasn't live, so you can hear them. I mean,
Same.
like, I never had experience like this, and I mean, like, and it helps, like when you hear them, it helps a lot. Like, you can keep your personality. I mean, like, and you listen something, like it's kind of like they give you some power, like I don't know how to explain this, but it's so cool.
So from what I remember sitting there, especially in some of the notes I was taking, it was like, so they would be like, well, he's been getting the better half of him for 5 minutes. And so I guess in the ring, you're like, 5 minutes, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Or, and then some of the other stuff. But I think the coolest thing of the whole part of it was how it made that crowd who, half of those people probably didn't know a wrist lock from a wrist watch. They probably didn't know wrestling
Oh yeah,
because it was a culture event, anime and gaming and all this.
yep,
But
true,
so they were able to educate that crowd and get that crowd invested in you or
true.
in Phenom or in Luca or in, you know, Ellie and them. They were able to do that. So
Yep.
that's why I think it was an awesome way to see it happen. And David Estacado is he is a cool guy, man. I chat with him frequently.
He's a cool guy. Yep. I agree. Absolutely.
Looks the part and acts the part.
What?
He looks the part, he looks and
Uh-huh.
he acts.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep, yep.
Yeah.
Dif-
Yeah. Yeah, so he looks like a commentator and he acts like one.
Yep,
He delivers it.
yep. I
Yeah.
agree. Absolutely.
Now, trying to think of what else. Man, they had some wild ass matches at MomoCon. The ladder and the twisted tees. You remember the twisted tees getting busted everywhere? They went through a case of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
The alcoholic drinks. They were smashing
Yeah,
them on each other.
much else like after me and Phenom, it was like hardcore match with some
Yeah.
blood there, like yeah.
Yeah. That was it.
But
I was just trying to make sure my stuff didn't get wrecked.
so it's what I like at MomoCon, like this is like whole like many shows. They have so many different matches, like different style of matches. It's so cool.
It's something for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Like if people like something like crazy, like hardcore matches or something, like they will have it too. So I mean, like, yeah, it's so cool.
Right. I think MomoCon's gonna be stellar this year. Like I said, they had 800,000 people walk through the gates of MomoCon last
Yeah,
year.
yeah, it's so cool. Yeah,
So I can only imagine if they're gonna have more come through this year.
I'm sure it will be more. I'm sure.
There's there's a lot there's a lot there. I can tell you that because that's a ridiculous amount. I mean, think about the money made at that event.
Oh yeah,
It's insane.
insane. I agree. Absolutely.
But either way, man, it looks like it's going to be a hell of a show. We'll see when February show ends up happening. Where else can we find you, sir?
I mean, like, okay, like some guy like from Ohio, Columbus, text me maybe like months ago. He would like to me work. He will be open new promotion in a guy Columbus, and he
Okay,
said he'd like me to be a baby face. I said, okay, it will be interesting for me because I never been a baby face because I'm Russian.
right.
So he would like to bring Nikita Kolov for this. Like Nikita Kolov kind of like introduced me for crowd, like and they want to build like some story, like why I'm a babyface, and like so many guys connection with me from Florida, from Florida promotions. I just right now decide for who I can work, you know, and
Right.
and again, like I said, like uh, next year coming really big opportunity for me, really big things. So I'm trying to be ready for this. I keep focus right now on the things. I cannot say what is can happen,
Well,
but like
nah, you don't need to.
yeah, but I mean like everybody will be know, everybody will be see it. So
Right. So you have a Facebook page, and your Facebook page has got professional pictures and good video clips and promos and all that on it. So if somebody watching the show or listening to the show, because this thing lives forever on Facebook and social media land,
mhm.
if they wanted to learn about the real Drago, what's your Facebook page? Is it the real
Oh,
Drago?
I have like my regular page, like right now I'm from this page, like Evgeny Adilov, but it's just Evgeny Adilov. Like I have something from the real Drago, and I have the real Drago page. It's called like the real Drago,
Yeah.
and it's everything about wrestling, about gym and stuff like this. Like I try to keep this page very professional, because if people coming in, they can absolutely see who I am, and they can see my promos, some part of matches, some pictures, and everything, because I think it's very important to keep your page professional, because I seen some wrestlers never do it, they have just a regular page, like no pictures, no videos, nothing. I think it's 21st century, like it's very important to be in a social media and keep your page professional. So,
Right.
and also I have an Instagram. It's not the real Draga, because I have this Instagram like I don't know years, like maybe 15, 20 years, maybe 15 years, and it's Sharky Cool 11. So you also can find me there.
Well, what you could do is post a link to your other social medias on your, you know what I'm saying? Like you could post them. So you'd go to the Evgeny page and you'd post the rest of them, and then you'd
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to the other page and post the other. That way they spider web across each other.
yeah.
Or
But on my professional page, Real Draga, you can you can find the Instagram and can just link it, like just push button and you can go there. Also, you can find WhatsApp too.
yep,
Like and they can find this, like they can find me in a WhatsApp. Some promoters text me on a WhatsApp, and
right,
also they can find my email, like Gmail. So
right. Now another thing that people have been coming up with and doing is this. You see the QR code there, right?
oh, okay, it's a
You
good.
could do that and make all of your stuff on there, which is
Uh-huh.
what I did. So like if people took out their phone right now and they looked at that, it would take them right to this. It'd take them right to us
Oh,
live.
I'm never thinking about this. Okay, so thank you for this.
You could yeah,
Yep,
it's
I'll do.
it's called a link tree.
Okay, so this link tree, like if you put this button, like a link, where you go, like you go on your
It
page.
well, if you go into my link tree, it will take you to um the Wrestling Wire podcast, which is my Sunday show on, Spotify, iTunes, and all those. It
Uh
takes
huh.
you there. Then you've got my YouTube page. You've got one, two, three, two or three Facebook pages, a
Hmm.
Twitter, and a Twitch account. It takes you to all of it.
Okay. So
So
you can.
you can pile all of your links in one
Oh,
thing.
okay. I'll do it. I'll do it for sure. It's a
Yeah,
thing to do.
it is a simple idea. And then like if you're working at a show, you
Hmm.
know, and you got your t-shirts and wristbands or hats or whatever,
Hmm.
you could have that sitting there and people could instantly follow all your stuff right
Hmm.
there while you're selling your gimmicks.
Very true. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I like it.
Yep,
I definitely will do it.
yep. That's a fun thing. But man, look, so where is your if people wanted to see you wrestle, where is the next time they can see you?
I think next show maybe will be tomorrow. I just thinking about this. It's supposed to be someplace in Palmetto, Florida.
Okay.
It's a free show. It's like a very popular bikers place, and so I maybe will be there tomorrow. Still thinking about this. Another show will be on December 18, again Palmetto, Florida, UCW. And I think another show will be FTW, like from our school. Like I forgot what place will be. I will put it on social media when poster will be ready. It will be December 21st. I think it's somewhere in Tampa. So,
Okay.
and another show, like I said, will be like MAW in Minnesota or Wisconsin. I don't know exactly what place it will be. Probably it's in Minnesota. And we'll see. I mean, like, just for now, it's like kind of like 3 shows coming.
Gotcha.
So,
That's all I got lined up for December myself is 3. And then whatever, and then everything we've got already booked out for 2023, but
yeah.
I just worry about the next one, you know?
Yep.
Now, you mentioned Florida a lot. I went to Florida last year, and I noticed pretty much after it felt like right after I got close to Miami, you didn't hear anything else about professional wrestling down there. I was all the way down in the Keys. Do you know of anybody running shows down that way?
I know somewhere in Miami, it's like CCW promotion. It's a Gangrel's promotion. Gangrel.
Okay. Yeah.
So they are very popular. They have a very nice venue and kind of like a lot of people there. And maybe I will be work for them someday. I mean, like I know some guy here. He invited me there. It's just so far away from me, like to drive like 3.5 hours.
Oh,
Like CCW for sure. Like if you're talking about this area, it's like CCW.
okay. It was like 15 hours for me to get down to where I went in the Keys.
Oh, wow.
So I can understand that.
Yeah. Oh. But in Florida, so many promotions. Like I see, like in a Facebook or social media. I mean, like it's so many like small promotions too. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Gangrel's running one down there, huh?
Yep. CCW.
Yep.
It's like they have like YouTube too, and it's very nice venue. Like looks like very professional. Also, he have a school too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's got that dude Thorne that wrestles with him a good bit as well. Another guy who had the vampire, deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what was it Kevin Thorne or something like that?
Maybe.
Maybe I can't remember.
Yeah.
I know they're working a show up here in the near future. I just don't remember where. I know it's somewhere in the Carolinas or North Georgia.
I wish work for Carolina, like North Carolina, South Carolina. I cannot wait when I will be work for them.
Well, so South Carolina, all you got to do is the athletics commission. You got to get licensed here.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
North Carolina, you don't have to have a license.
Yep.
So you just got to make it worth. You got to make it worth the license, and
Yeah, I
worth
think
the trip.
for California you need a license too. I think.
Oh, really? In California?
I think I'm not really sure, but I think I met some guy like he's like have a huge experience. He also big guy, and he told me like I think like about California too. Yeah, not really sure, but I think it's California too. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's Arkansas or Alabama. One of them requires you to be licensed, and then there's another state that's not too far out that requires you to have a license as well. I can't keep up with all of it because there's a lot of wrestling out there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, all right, brother. Well, hey, I appreciate your time, man. If there's anything else you want to say, man.
I just want to say thank you to bring me here. You know, I was enjoying, especially with Eric Nelson. It was funny
Yeah.
thing. I mean, yeah, just watching me come to the show.
Right. Most definitely, man. Like I said, I can't wait to see you again when we get to work together in Georgia in 2023.
Yep.
Because I'll be there.
Nice.
So,
You will be there like every day or just like some days?
oh no, far as I know, I'll be there for both shows, all from
Oh,
start to finish.
okay, perfect. Nice. So see you
Yep.
there. Sure.
Oh, definitely. All right, man. Well, you take it easy. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Our guest, another guest we had this evening, the real Drago. Thank you again, man.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too, brother.
All right, man. Dude, what an awesome interview. So the guy, obviously, very hungry, very much out for success, and you know damn well the right person sees him is going to be the right person handing him a contract. You know that's how it's going to go. Because that's how it goes in indie wrestling anyway. The right people see you, the right eyes get on you, you get the right deal. So don't be surprised if you see that man on your television by the end of 2023. You know what? That may be Eric Nelson's big plan. It really might be Eric Nelson's big plan. Maybe Eric Nelson is bringing some scouts so that way he gets signed and Drago just has to drop the title because he's not going to be able to find somebody to beat Drago. Maybe that's Eric's big idea all along. You know, that's just my thought. But you know what, guys? Let's go ahead and let's wrap this puppy up tonight because we're going to go ahead and talk about some shows coming up. We've got December 3rd. We've got Holiday Havoc coming to you from Pro Wrestling Union. That's going to be live in Union, South Carolina. As you can see here, you've got the heavyweight championship matchup between Bebop and Drew Hood. Drew Hood being your current reigning and defending champion. That is going to be an exciting matchup, a definite clash of styles. I am really interested in seeing that. You've got Brittany Jade appearing. We've got NWA's 4-time tag team champions, the Heat Seekers, challenging the current tag team champions, the Heart Killers. I'm interested to see how that goes because, you know, last time out when we saw the Heart Killers, the Heat Seekers showed up and kind of ran them out the building. Also appearing, I'm seeing Christopher Prince, Cameron Jackson, Black Cat Dion Johnson, and Antonio Morgan. There you go. It's going to be Christopher Prince versus Nathan Cross. We've got, I already mentioned these guys going at it. That's going to be fantastic. Oh, for the Carolinas Championship of all things, Cameron Jackson versus Dion Johnson. Now, I believe there was a photo released earlier this week. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But you know what? We'll have it ready by next week because joining me live here next week on Thursday, the actual day of the show, we're going to have Cole Maccabee and the GM, the general manager of Pro Wrestling Union, Matty G. Both of those gentlemen are going to be joining us right here next week to talk all about Holiday Havoc, and I can't wait for that. And once again, your main event of the evening, Drew Hood and Bebop. Good night. That is going to be an excellent night of professional wrestling. I believe there's also been matches added. If you didn't know, you got to follow on social media. So we will definitely keep you up to date on that one. I'll have this all ready to go for Mr. Maccabee and Matty G when we get here next week. Coming up December 18th in Monroe, North Carolina, it's Winter Bash from XWW. I am excited. I get to be there and work this event. I'm extremely just excited for this event. It's going to be my last show for the year, so I'm all about it. There's another show in Charlotte, North Carolina on December 16th as well. That's a Friday night. That's oh yeah. I get hey Tina and Majestic and Alora. Don't be upset because I just got hit with the bots as well. Let's see here. So we've got December 3rd, December 16th, and December 18th all coming up. I am ecstatic for this. And then, as I said before, we are going to go ahead and announce that next week, on next week's show, we're going to have Matty G and we're going to have Cole McAbee. I'm ready for that show because I have a good time talking with both of them. I can't wait to see what they've got to say. Matty G suspended himself for putting hands on Valo, but Valo got suspended because he put hands on Matty G. So it just seems like there's a lot of animosity there. It seems like there's a lot of things brewing here. There are a great many of people. There's a great many of talent going to be at this show. And guys, you don't want to miss it. But you've probably learned that by now because almost every show we deal with has that much talent, has that many people. There's this is why I tell y'all, you want to know where to go, just follow me to the indie shows. And we will get you hooked right up. You'll be able to see some of the best professional wrestling that you can see without having to go all over hell and creation and without having to go and see, or pay the big ticket prices and sit, as Bill Hazelwood says, 800 feet away from the ring. So, like I said, man, I am excited. I am ready. And here's the flyer for next week's show. Coming back to Thursday night, 8 p.m. We've got Matty G and Cole Mack coming to the show. We're going to lay out Holiday Havoc. And guys, you know what? We'll see you there. And then hopefully we'll see you again on December 3rd. I can't wait. I'm excited to see everybody there. I'm excited to see the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in. I greatly appreciated it. No, Scott, the show that never ends. I'm not going 4 hours tonight. I am not going for 4 hours tonight. That was last night on your show. I'm good. I broke the record. I own the record on #Truth for the longest show. So that's fine. I'll stake that. You know what? Look, that's just another notch in that mountain for me. That's what that is. It's just another notch in the mountain for me. It's just another flag stabbed deep into the mountain. So I'm good with that one. But either way, Scott Larson, I hope you guys had a great show tonight. I'll have to go check it out here in a little bit. Folks, you know how to do it. You know what to do. You follow. You hit that like, that share, that subscribe. You do whatever you got to do to stay informed because, as you can tell by all these companies, I'm going to keep you loaded up in the best wrestling you can find in this region. So I look forward to seeing you all then. I hope everybody has a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Enjoy that wonderful food. Enjoy the time with your family. I know I am. That's why I'm doing this show tonight. And we'll see you at the Indies, guys.